Brian Arnold,
Present.
Jennifer Arnold, Dr. Walter Arrington, Michael Beebe.
I'm here for him.
Okay, thank you. Tom Burnaby. Here. Chief Mark Brink. Chandra Bryant. Shelley Curran. Rick DeHare.
Present.
Joanne Edwards.
Here.
Judge Eddie Elam. John Ferrara.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. Phil Geovasis.
Here.
Julie Gonzalez.
Here.
Cody Gonzalez.
Here.
William Green.
Here.
Chief Scott Griffin. Mayor William Healy. Judge Taryn Heath.
Here.
Keith Hockettle.
Here-ish. Here, spirit.
Thank you. Judge Jim James.
Here.
Tammy Johnson. Bev Jordan.
Here.
Mike Kuchera.
Here.
Chief Bruce Lauber. Sheriff George Meyer.
Here.
Joe Martuccio.
Here.
Dan McMasters. Amy Miller.
Here.
Chief Keith Moser.
Here.
Andrea Perry.
Here.
Chief Michael Pomeski. Judge John Polis.
Here.
Fred Prysock. Nancy Reinbold. David Clay Riker.
Here.
Harry Sturgis. Chief Andy Tarosky. Mark Warner. David Wills. And Judge Andrew
Use of jail beds is an issue that has come up to me, and I've had several calls and asking facts and figures, and the sheriff's here. The thought I had on it, do we want to name like a subcommittee to review it?
There already is one.
Okay, who's on the
I
subcommittee?
don't know, but I know there's already a subcommittee. That's
On
how
the
we-
issue of jail beds?
Yes, maybe,
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there's been a committee, it's a subcommittee of our CJIS committee, and actually, it was the sheriff, the chairman of this board, the director of the CJIS,
Okay.
myself, and the chief deputy from the sheriff's office, the sheriff, and pretrial release.
This was named when I was a young prosecutor. and I'm
Correct,
still-
correct. When you were locking everyone up and
Yeah, okay.
causing our jail problem.
It was created because of me. Okay, well, let's do this. So now I'm on it, right?
Yeah, yes, you were on it.
Okay. Sheriff's on it. Commissioner Burnaby, you're on it. Phil, you're on it.
Yes.
Who else is on it?
Cody.
Cody's on
Karen,
it.
the director of pretrial release would be Karen.
Andorka.
Andorka. The sheriff and his jail administrator.
Okay. And
And-
anyone else?
That's it.
Okay, is this a committee that we should open up if anyone else?
There really hasn't been a need to meet because the system itself, I mean, we categorize the jail beds. There's someone in each office that monitors on a daily basis. There's a computer program on CJIS that calculates how it works. There's a daily population that's set by each judge has so many jail beds, and we live by that. It was a lot of work to get going. It works so well. We've been to several jurisdictions. We helped Montgomery County when they put their CJIS thing together. We helped Summit County. They were able to get their CJIS off the ground, but the one thing they hadn't been able to do is do the jail mechanism part because it requires a great deal of cooperation from the court, the police departments, and everyone involved in the criminal justice system in order to make it work. And a lot of interaction on a daily basis.
Right.
So now whenever those jail numbers are adjusted, if we close a wing at the jail and we eliminate a certain number, we don't open the doors now and there's a mass exodus. There's a formula.
Right.
And that takes care of itself. It takes a little time and those numbers are adjusted. And it works very, very well. So there really hasn't been a need to convene. It just simply, when we get a number, we adjust the population accordingly. We have had some issues with some bond issues, and again, we've handled those.
Well, back then, we were turning people away, we were sending to jail, and that, we got that cured. I think the issue now is whether to make a recommendation to the commissioners if there's beds open to rent them out to somewhere else. And I, being a judge, I was under the impression that I was supposed to be letting people out because we were near full, so people that have called me on it and on the committee, would like us to meet to discuss what the recommendation will be to the commissioners.
Well, I guess, just in hearing this, I wasn't at the commissioners' meeting, I don't know, the full discussion of what happened. We've asked the judges to, and in fact, when we looked at this and came up with these formulas, it wasn't just a number we pulled out of the air.
Right.
We did an analysis of the jail. We looked at how many beds each judge uses on a daily basis. Who's there, why they're there, how long do they stay there, and then came up with a number for each court. And asked them to look. When we first started, we didn't, it was like a hotel basically. We didn't know who was there, why they were there, how long were they there, and who was going to show up. Now we know that. We know that who's in there, who sent them, how long they're going to stay, and we were able to not just predict, but we're able to know who's going to show up on any given day, who's supposed to report.
And I don't disagree with you, Phil, but I guess the issue now, as I see it, is do we make the recommendation to the commissioners to allow beds to be rented? And that's what I'm saying, maybe the subcommittee should meet and discuss that so that everyone feels that they're
Yeah,
part
we
of
can
it.
discuss that, we can discuss that in the subcommittee, but
Yeah.
I think the issue with that is if beds are available, and in the discussion with the sheriff and how this whole thing came about, if beds are available and he has the ability to rent them,
Right.
that he will not be turning away any prisoners from, the court will still have the capability of sending whoever they want there
But that-
any given day.
I don't think everybody feels that way. And
Why
all
not?
I am is the president, okay? I
Okay.
mean, I'm just a person, Mike, I'll get right to you. I'm just the president. I mean, I don't have a position on it
Right.
until I hear everybody's side. That's why I'm saying that there's issues that I think people do want to discuss in a subcommittee meeting. Mike, you have your hand up, and I don't want anybody not to feel that they,
No, thanks, Your Honor. On behalf of the judges of the municipal court, I would like some representation on that subcommittee. The judges of the Kent Municipal Court, we certainly have some concerns about all the work that's put into this jail bed allocation system. We know at our local level, we realize some significantly improved compliance rates with probation and with counseling and community service when the judges have the availability of those beds. And we would hate to do anything to
hey, do you want to
alter
name a
the
municipal
requirements.
judge to the subcommittee?
Your Honor, I think these are discussions that should happen at the subcommittee. I mean,
That's what I'm
they're
saying.
getting into detail.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we would be more than happy to convene a
Okay.
meeting and discuss
Okay.
it there.
All right, let's have Commissioner Burnaby, why don't you set forth the meeting? I'm on it, Phil's on, everyone else we named, but is there a municipal judge that wants to be on it or represented? How? Judge Pullis? The Honorable Judge Pullis. Okay. So we'll have that, and then we'll come back to the board, with recommendations.
Your Honor, I was chairing the committee, and I'd be happy to convene the meeting. And I would be happy to continue as chair if you so.
That's fine, yeah, no problem. I didn't, like I said, I was the one who was locking too many
Okay.
people up, so I wasn't paying attention, who was the chairman of the committee, but
Thank you.
that's fine. We'll set up a meeting and go over through that. Is everybody okay with that? Any dissenting opinions or anything? Because some people like to say Judge Frashoni's a dictator. I don't want anyone to feel that way, okay? All right.